Right there?
Yeah.
Can I drop right here?
Yeah.
Do you think this is gonna go right here?
I don't
I got my heart beating.
The person coaching me through this right now is Chris Benchetler. And the reason I'm listening to him is because he's one of the top names in backcountry skiing.
All right, this should be pretty cool.
Okay, we're 100 up here. Reconfirm, Blatt.
Confirm 100. Benchetler, head shaft dropping at 3, 2, 1. Drop it.
I'm Matt Cook. I'm waist deep in a small surface avalanche called slough, but it didn't feel like slough. It felt like an avalanche, and I promise you, I was scared shitless.
Excellent.
You ready?
This is Chris. Since 2003, Chris has been a staple of the ski industry, appearing in backcountry ski movies from top producers, as well as co-founding a production house of his own called Nimbus Independent. I watched these movies. I've been seeing Chris ski since I was 13 years old. Chris has a plan. He's building a van and taking it up the west coast of North America, surfing, climbing, and skiing along the way. He needed a filmer, and since I spent last season chasing him around, I decided why not for round 2. This is Chasing AdVANture, and this is me running.
Woo! This is home sweet home for the next half a year. Okay, people. Day 1 of van conversion.
Here we are.
Here's the contractor himself. We're tearing out panels, getting this thing ready.
Chris's good friend Scott Smith will be building the van for him. You might recognize him as the snowmobiler from Chasing El Nino. Amazingly, his skills as a craftsman might even exceed his skills on a sled.
That. Would you look at it? Okay. Thermalized onto the plywood. You get to snap. I'm on it.
Skye just showed up. He's gonna help me with the mural here. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Welcome. I'm a little bit scared. It's my first spray paint project.
Skye Walker, a muralist with a resume as strong as his name, helped Chris paint a mountain scene that will become the wrapping of the van.
This is gonna be our countertop. Just trying to get a lot of these grains to flow together.
Chris is an artistic force in the skiing world. His designs, drawings, and paintings have been gracing equipment and goods across the ski industry for years. Scotty will be incorporating some of these designs into the van, using intricate, reclaimed wood mosaics. Our planned journey from the beaches of Southern California to the glaciers of British Columbia will take us through harsh weather, and will need to carry all the tools and equipment we'll need. The van has been custom designed for these demands. The first leg of our journey was down to San Diego. As Chris's career in skiing has progressed, he's found himself more and more influenced by surfing, and it's why we'll be starting our journey in San Diego. A board is waiting there, shaped for him by someone he finds especially inspiring.
This is where your board's gonna come to life.
Rob Machado is a legend in surfing, and a board he shaped years ago was the direct inspiration for the shape of the skis Chris designed for Atomic.
I want to see your ski.
I want you to see my ski.
I want to see how something in surfing inspired you to make a ski different.
I have them here, I can show you.
I want to grab the board too.
Exactly. That's pretty much the exact board I saw. Yeah, so similar idea for sure. This is kind of what we came up with.
But the first one I made, like this edge went all the way to the nose.
I think that's probably what I saw.
It's still there. See how much it dips off on the sides? So it's kind of got that same, like similar to what you're playing off of, right? But that's classic, dude. That's so cool.
It's a pleasure to hear two craftsmen talk about their work. Once the board was done, Rob even came along for the maiden voyage. January hosted a record-breaking snowfall in the Sierra Nevada, so the next stop was back home to Mammoth Mountain to find the White Room.
You're a sight.
And we begin in Mammoth, where they're getting buried by snow. In the last 8 days, Mammoth has picked up 11 to 16 feet of snow.
Everyone's completely buried. This might be the most snow I've ever seen come out of a storm.
We're on early ups, share 22.
What's that? Don't say that. Don't say that.
Peter Morning let us up here.
Don't say that. Is this the most consecutive snowfall Mammoth's ever gotten?
I don't know, but we have the most snow in the United States right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
It's always a pleasure watching Chris go directly from surfing to skiing. You can see he's focusing on his turns. He treats the whole run as one continuous string of movement instead of just a cliff here or a jump there. Ooh. His good friend Eric Pollard stopped by just in time for the long-awaited break in the weather.
Have fun, Chris!
It was really hard to leave home. It seemed like the snow would never stop. But Chris had an invitation that he couldn't resist. And so we hopped in the van to head north to Oregon to meet up with Emily Harrington at Smith Rock. Oh yeah, and I ate shit here. Worth it. Emily is one of the best rock climbers in the world, and climbing, like surfing, has been a huge part of Chris's development as a skier. He couldn't miss a chance to climb with her. Chris once said, if surfing gave him his flow, then climbing gave him his patience. The mental gymnastics it takes to remain calm and collected when you're moments away from running out of strength, clutching a wall, helps him when he's at the top of a line or when he's midway down and the snow starts to move.
I'm having so much fun right now. It's easy right now though. I'm expecting it to get harder shortly.
The winter snows were hammering Oregon, so the next meetup was with Austin Smith, a professional snowboarder and excellent example of a true van dweller. He's been living in a converted 1950s fire truck in the Bachelor parking lot for weeks.
This is a fact. Skis. No skis. Touch in. No fire truck.
Oh no, guys. We're missing an egg.
Hey, Chris. I'm looking over at your truck over here. I was wondering if you got any eggs. I do have an egg. Do you want to drop the egg in the mail, or should I come and get it? How should we arrange this egg swap? Okay, see you in a bit.
This world, I'm mad. This world, let's take us.
Egg delivery.
It's toes, corrupt. It's not afraid.
There's pancake up.
We need about 7 of these bad boys to fill up, so start flipping them up.
All right, number 2's on its way.
So, meeting up with my good buddy Sage here. Trying to keep the borders out though, you know, we gotta stay fast.
There's kind of a flat takeoff, like step down, and then like a racer turn around some trees. There's a big mound. We're gonna like go up and like step up and over it. But you have to be hauling ass. I'm not making it. That's how I get.
Continued north, crossing into Canada and diving into the interior to meet up with John Jackson, Travis Rice, and Torstein Horgmo at the GoPro Athlete Summit in Baldface. The last GoPro Athlete Summit is where me and Chris met and started my journey as a filmer. It's awesome to come back and be around this group of inspiring athletes. Chris has always said that snowboarders played a huge role in the early development of his skiing. And growing up together in Mammoth, John Jackson in particular was a role model and source of inspiration for Chris. Watching them ride together is like watching two brothers. After Baldface, it was time to head back to the coastal mountain range of Canada. In British Columbia, the high alpine glaciers are the prize. But to get there, we need an opening in the clouds. So we poked around the forested areas waiting for a break in the weather. We met up with Sean Pettit, a Whistler local and skiing legend in his own right.
Oh my goodness. Like, we're talking serious nugget.
Oh, it's a nice nugget you found.
Right?
Wow.
That was very cool. Don't javelin the poles into the tree. Go through the hole. All I can think about right now is Emily Harrington and our training.
Patience.
Hope all my advice to Emily pays off for me right now.
The bad weather continued to prevent access to the glaciers. With no hope for a break, we hopped on a ferry to Vancouver Island to chase a midwinter swell in Canada's only surf town, Tofino. Waiting for us was Pete Devries and a few Tofino locals who get to surf it in all its seasons. It's easy to see why surfing has become such an influence on Chris. The sport very much embodies the values he holds as a skier. It's not a measure of who can go fastest or jump the highest or do the most flips. It's always been measured by the beauty. And it's this, more than anything, I see Chris bringing to his skiing. He paints motion on a mountain the same way a surfer paints a wave. As it turns out, the snow couldn't continue forever, and shortly after our trip to Tofino, the skies in Canada broke open.
I believe every little piece of me will fall at ease
It's so common to hear surfers compliment each other on their carbs. They really appreciate the beautiful, simple motion of gliding across water. In skiing, people become so focused on what happens in the air, they forget what we already have on the ground.
Hey Chris, how's that feel?
We have an incredible vessel, a stunning white ocean in front of us. And that's the side Chris can show you. Sunny days in Canada are when I saw Chris at his best, meticulously planning his line at the top of every run, trying to emphasize the natural shapes of the mountain with his skiing. All I had to do was hang on for the ride. After spending 2 seasons with Chris and learning the philosophy he brings to his skiing, it's made me realize that there is a limit to the number of flips someone can do off of a jump. But beauty and style are boundless. The athlete in Chris is what got him to the top, but the artist in Chris will keep him there.